So we're going to look at how to set up your Apptegy account and how to post news, live feed, and work on your teacher web pages. First thing you need to do is go to apptegy.net and sign in. This is the Thrillshare sign-in page. You will use the email address associated with your school account and whatever password you set up from the welcome email. When you sign in for the first time, you will likely come to the profile page. It will automatically boot you to the profile page. If it doesn't, you just go down to this gear and then click on it and then click profile. So the first step is set up your profile. I don't want my name to show as example teacher everywhere I post. So I'm going to click edit and type in my name the way I want it to appear when I post things. And then select a photo, which can be your school photo or any other photo you would like to have posted every time you make a post. You can zoom in, zoom out, and move the picture around. And then click save, and then click update. And you'll see that my name and my profile here have changed. Now, as a teacher, if we go back, you'll also need to set your preferences. And at this time, I would mark receive email notifications a no and click save. Backing out of that, you'll see you have an option called teacher pages, and then you have a platform. We will start in the platform with the live feed. The live feed is a Facebook-like showing of information that you would use if there's something neat going on in your classroom and you want to just snap a pic and throw a couple of sentences together and kind of show the world what you're doing in your classroom. There are filters already preset, so you can have posts in clubs and organizations, you can have posts for sports, you can have posts for classroom activities. You can see here the posts we've already made for the district. These are the posts that are showing in the live feed, and they've been put in chronological order. As a teacher, if I only want this post to go to the live feed in our school app, I would click on the live feed button, LF for live feed. In our district, we only use Twitter for athletics, and we use the Facebook for the separate school pages. So if you also wanted this post to go to the Facebook page, the public page, you could click the F for Facebook. But I'm only going to have this run through the live feed for parents and students to see. So I type in my message. So in this case, I put working on robotics in the 4th grade classroom. The students are really enjoying coding. And then I'm going to include a photo. Now, you can include up to 4 photos. In this case, I have 2 photos I'm going to be using. So I will choose both of those photos. And it will take just a minute to process those photos. Now, for each of the photos, I need to put in a description. It can be very generic. Girls working on their robotics project. Then I'll click on my second image. The boys are enjoying coding. And I could add 2 more photos if I wanted to, or I could just directly upload these now that I've given them image descriptions. So I will click upload. So I have my message, I have the fact that I want it on the live feed, and then I'm going to choose my filter. This is not a catch activity or club organization or sport. I'm doing this in the classroom, so I'm going to choose classroom activities. And I have to click back on the word classroom activities to remove that browser out of my way so that I can then, after finally checking over my spelling, click publish. This post is now in the live feed for our grade school. When you do this, it automatically places your post on the live feed section of the school website as well. Quickly show you what that looks like in terms of one of the school web pages. The high school and the grade school web pages are set up identically in terms of where the content appears. So each school has a banner and then pictures that rotate through. But in the case of the live feed, anything you put in the live feed will appear in this section of the website, and notice it's in chronological order. So the post I just made is appearing right here. If parents want to view the image, they just click View Image, and it shows a picture, and you can scroll through those photos. The next section we're going to look at is the news section, which when looking at this website, the steps we're going to take next would generate an article to appear over on this section of the school website, the news section of the website. To make a news article appear in the news section, you would click Platform and then News. And these are news items that we currently have posted. Mrs. Jones has posted the breakfast news article at the top because we would like to encourage more students to take advantage of serving breakfast at our school. But you can see we've already entered news articles that are basically about the student of the months from the 8th grade class. And we also had the winter sports picture day noted. So if you have something happening in your classroom that is more than just a few sentences, that actually is newsworthy, or say you have a club that you're in charge of, maybe student council, and you have students that have written an article that you want to post for everyone to read, this is a great place to do that. So to do a news, you click Add New, and then you place a photo that has to do with your news article in it. And I'm just going to put our teacher photo in there for now for the sake of demonstration. And describing the image, just give a short description. This is a teacher at MPGS. And then title is the title of your news article. So we'll say Teachers in MP are awesome. That will be our news article title. And then you will put the author's name here. At this time, we do not have different filters for the news articles. Student Awards is one filter we've been using to filter the student achievements. And if you have ideas for different filters for us to use, you can let me know those. Otherwise, we will not filter our news articles. And here is your template for different things to choose. So you can format your paragraphs, bold, italics, strike through. You can have a numbered list, bullets, indentations, outdents. You can insert images straight into your news article. You can put a video into your article. You can add a table. You can add a link if something in your article is linking to somewhere outside on the internet. You can place a line across your story, and you can align left, center, right, or justify. And so you do not need to put your title again because it will already appear at the top. But you would put your content here as if you were writing a news story. So here at MPGS and MPHS, we have excellent teachers. And then the rest of your article would go here. And you could format it, add pictures. You could really do a whole bunch of different things. It's whatever your mind thinks it can do, it can probably do. So there's an example of adding in a picture. So when you are finished with your news article, you have an option to also post it to the Facebook page or Twitter. And again, we ask that you not post anything to Twitter except sports, because our Twitter handle is a sports generated handle. But if you wanted it to go to Facebook, you could do that. Just keep in mind that people can make comments on your posts when they go to Facebook. So if you want to, be safe, it's probably best to go just to the news feed at this time. You can publish the post directly, or you can schedule the post out on a different date. By hitting schedule, you can choose the day and time you want it to be posted. I'm just going to leave it to post right now so that you can see what happens. When I click schedule, I'm going to cancel the schedule actually and just publish it. So I publish it directly to the page, and now you can see it's in the feed. Now it's still in chronological order, with the exception that Mrs. Jones has pinned her article to the top of the list so that parents will see it first. So what does this mean for how things look on the website? Well, on the grade school website now, you can see if I reboot the page that I'm on, that right under breakfast, the article Teacher and MP are awesome. And obviously I spelled that wrong and need a teachers. So that's another good lesson in making sure that everything you've typed is accurate and completely, spell proof, whatever, because it's going to go directly to the website without an additional person checking it or editing it. And so if I get emails that say, hey, this is misspelled in this article, this is misspelled in that, then I'll have to turn around and forward those to the person that wrote the article and have them fix them. So it's best to always maybe type your articles in Pages and then check the spelling and whatnot, have a friend peruse it, and then post your news. Obviously, we don't want that spelling mistake to occur. So if I come back into my Thrillshare platform and I hover to the right side of this, I have the choice to edit. So I can click edit and then just fix the title, scroll back down and click update, and you'll see that it's been fixed. Now, since this isn't real news, I can also just delete the article since we're using it for example purposes, and then it won't be out there by clicking on this trash can icon. Are you sure? Okay. And now it's not in that feed anymore. And finally, we are going to look at teacher pages. So we would come over here and click teacher pages. This tells me I have no classes present yet. That's because you have to create your classes, and you can create as many or as few as you like. So if I were a second grade teacher, I would just make a page entitled Mrs. Bone's second grade if my name was Mrs. Bone. However, if I'm teaching at the high school and I have 6 different periods every day, I might just type period 1 English, period 2 English, period 3 English. It really depends on how you want to set yours up. So I'm going to click create, and I'm going to put hour 4 English 1 and create that class. Now if I want to make another class, I can simply just add another here, hour 3 English 1. And it's going to put them in alphabetical order. I have an example class already created, and I will show you what I have done. Okay, so once we are in here, I'm going to create a new class, and I'm going to call this second grade as if I were the second grade teacher. And first I'm going to look at documents. Documents is here because it's a place parents and students both can go on their devices and retrieve documents from you. So as long as you're putting them in formats they can use, you can put whatever you want here. So if I was going to hand out a worksheet in a Pages format for a student to type on, I would give them the Pages format so they could then open it in Pages on their iPad. If I would just want to give someone a list of things that they can study, then I could just give that to them in a PDF format. It just depends how you create it in your other programs. You can also, if there are websites that you're wanting students to visit during a class period, you could label those as websites for today and put the date and type those on a Pages document and upload it in here, and then students could just click on those links from this area instead of you having to tell them what to type in the search bar. So for instance, since this is second grade, I'd probably want more than one folder. Maybe I would have a spelling lists folder, and maybe I would have a folder for science reviews, okay? And I'm gonna go into spelling lists, and I'm gonna upload a file. And so I made a pretend spelling list in PDF format, click open, And there it is, and the parent can see the data was uploaded. Now you could rename it by going out here and clicking rename, and then you could type a different word title for the document. You could type spelling list for January 2nd, spelling list for January 3rd. You could also move it to another folder if you messed up. You could drag and drop it into a different one, or you can just flat out delete it if you don't want it in there. If I go back by the path right here to documents, I can do the same thing with science reviews. I can upload my science review, and the same buttons occur. If I go back to 2nd grade, there's also this thing called stream. You'll notice these are like posts daily that you could give to students. So it's like a daily, could be even a blog, but you can post different things as often as you want to. So for instance, I have a technology course. This is where I will point parents to for me when it comes to things like reminders. This is reminders of care of the iPad. I created that today. If I create a new one, don't forget to charge your iPads tonight. And I could link a document to this too. I could add an assignment and a due date. But just for the sake of seeing it, I'm going to hit post now. And now it's a separate post, so they will go in chronological order. I'm going to delete that one. So these dots out here always allow you to delete. Now say I've created a class I don't want. Like I honestly don't want a 2nd grade course under my name. I would go up here to these 3 dots while clicked on that 2nd grade course, and I would choose delete class. It will ask me, for sure, do you want to delete 2nd grade? Yes, I want to delete 2nd grade. Now, what does this look like to the student and the parents? Because they don't see this interface that you see. Here's what it looks like. So from the web page, once you've created a page, all of our names will be in an alphabetical list, and the student will be able to click on your name, and all of your courses will appear underneath. And when we click technology, here's all of my stream. Here's the documents over here on the right side. If I start giving assignments out, they will be listed here. If I just have general class announcements, they'll be listed here. And here's another link to our documents page. So really the sky's the limit on this system too. You can have the teachers just copy the link for your class into their browser and then save that as an icon on their iPad, so they don't have to go through the whole trying to find it through all the other teachers' names, because once we get teacher pages going, there'll be a lot of people in the list here. But that's okay. They can find you that way too. And for now, that's going to be the conclusion of our introductory series on setting up your Apptegy and ThrillShare. We'll probably have some more face-to-face time to work on this as well. I just wanted to give this to you initially in a format that you could sit down and go through at your own pace. That way you can come up with some questions and come to me when we have some sessions and be ready to get to the meat of it. For those sessions as well, we'll be sending out an email to tell you when those will occur. And I thank you for listening and have a great day.